So, Success Driven here. What's up, y'all? Um, I apologize not being able to get to you guys in a couple days. Like I said, I'm going to try to do some daily content, real content, as much as possible. Just kind of just spitting you guys, letting you guys know what's real. A lot of you guys probably say, well, credibility wise, Ty, tell me something real. Well, this video is meant to tell you about the realest thing there is when it comes to me. What also attributes to success driven and the way I kind of mentally have approached the world, and I'm sure it's a scenario that a lot of people can you know sympathize and kind of relate to me, is there's been three things on my bucket list. There's always been three things that I've always wanted to do in my life, to honor both my parents, honor my brother, my 100% brother, in my immediate family. And those three things were to, as I grew as a basketball player, I always wanted to play basketball at St. Louis University like my dad did. I wanted to be able to honor my mother and being able to take care of her and help her with anything she needs, whether it's physically or financially, by the time she was age 50. And in honoring my brother, I always knew my brother would make it, and whatever it was he chose his mind to, I always just wanted to be the guy that represented him legally, in anything that he decided, whether it was a model, actor, athlete, CEO who had a company, etc. You want to know how many of those things, as I sit here and record this video to you guys, that I've been able to accomplish in my life as I'm 30 years old? Zero. None. And that kind of leads me to this video and letting you guys know how I can sometimes be in the same shoes, most of the times in the same shoes as a lot of people out there. There's always, I'm a very spiritual guy, but there's always been one question that has always just lingered in my mind day in and day out as I wake up and I do things every day, and as I go about my daily life, just doing what it is I gotta do. I've always wondered, and I've always wanted to ask God, when my time is up, when when I'm done with life here, if I'm ever able to ask Him. I always was curious as to what, when He decided to make every individual, and just think about it. I've always wondered, when He decided to put every individual here, how did He choose who went on to be, comfortable in life, who struggled in life, who lived an average life, who left early, who, lived a long time. I always wondered what went into His, thought process when He did that, because one of the questions that beats me up day in and day out, it's a rather depressing question, I ask myself, but it always, in the back of my mind, it fuels me in my workouts. It really just kind of keeps me wondering. It always keeps me at edge. Is I always wonder what mistake in my life that I made, what major mistake in my life, or what didn't I do to enable me to inherit greatness, or just have this type of innate gift that will enable me to financially and comfortably take care of my family, and really live out those three things, with the exception of being able to play basketball at St. Louis University, like my dad did, because my athletic, whatever, if you want to even call them athletic playing days, the days I attempted to play a sport seriously were over with. But I always just, I wonder that every day in and day out. I may have maybe 2 or 3 times in the day where I may tear up, and I'm really frustrated, because I don't understand what it is I did wrong that has me in the current state I'm in, where I just work and pay bills, and I can't take care of my mom, and I'm not that person that can, in terms of lawyer. I mean, being a lawyer is what I referred to earlier when I meant represent my brother, but I'm just not able to financially comfortably live. And I know there's people out here that are very, very rich, that inherit money at early ages, that win money at early ages, that are able to sign these big contracts, start these companies, take over these companies, that are my age and younger, that are making so much more money. And, they moms won't have to work, now, and they're 22 and their moms are 40. And I just see all of these scenarios that, I would love to be in. And I always ask myself, I really do. I ask myself all the time. I'm just like, well, Ty, what the heck did you do? Like, when you were growing up, what mistake did you make? Like, what did you do wrong that God at one point said you weren't it? Nope, I'm not letting you be great. You're going to be just another average motherfucker. Excuse my language, but this is just authentically speaking. I'm speaking to you guys like how I would speak to a homie or somebody like that, but I always just wondered that, and it never made any sense to me, and it still doesn't. Like, as I go about my life every single day, and I'm gonna be honest with you, the type of person that I am, I was raised to be a good guy. I'm not a guy. I don't like a lot of trouble. I don't do a lot of trouble. I try to stay out of trouble, and I mind my own business. I've always been one of those guys, but I always wonder to myself, what the heck did I do wrong that disabled me to inherit some level of greatness? I worked hard. Did I choose the wrong avenue? Did I choose to put all my effort in my attempts at some craft that I wasn't even really remotely good at? I just thought I was good at. You know what I mean? Like, I always wonder that. And that's the standstill in terms of me currently in my life that I stand in. But the reason I mention that is because I wanted to give you guys a story and give you guys something authentic that I live in and try to think about, try not to think about every single day, but I do. And, I want to encourage everybody that if this is something that sounds pretty similar to you guys, and you guys wonder, what did I do to not, to where I couldn't make it, or where I couldn't, live a great life or make a lot of money or have a lot of success, I can relate. I go through that every single day, and it's something that, I kind of, sometimes I could use it as fuel when I'm working out, or, I use it as fuel when I go and report to certain things, but a lot of the times it beats me up. I beat myself up about it day in and day out. I don't think it's something that I'll ever get over. I don't think it's something that I'll ever not think about, especially when you live in a day and age where, you see all this financial success with a lot of people, and you just wonder to yourself, one, how can you get to that? And two, what did you do wrong to get to that? But on a positive note, like I said, I didn't mean it to be, negative or anything like that. I just wanted you guys to kind of, and this is what I'll be doing day in and day out, to know how my mind works sometimes and how I think a lot of people's minds work. But in order to get past that, you have to continue to keep going. If, with all those questions you have, when you lay down and you go to sleep at night, God wakes you up. So, if he woke you up, it's something he want to do with you. And it's one of those things that I'm looking for in my journey now, and trying to figure out in my journey now, is how do I hear his voice? And you kind of got to really, really try to study your word and try to figure out what he's trying to tell you to do. Because if he's still here, he gotta have you around for some reason. Whatever your purpose here in this world is deemed by him. I just wonder sometimes, why I couldn't be, the next Brian or the next entrepreneur. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, everybody can't be, entrepreneurs. Everybody can't be professional athletes. Everybody can't be the people that make ridiculous amounts of money. So for all of those people out there that are wondering about financial success and, being rich, and that desire to be rich, there's nothing wrong with that. My advice, and this is this is the success-driven advice that I'm going to give to you guys for today. My advice to you guys would be, and this is what I want to continue to stress with people, find out what you really love. Find out what you enjoy. What you would do in this world if it didn't cost nothing. What you would do in this world if it didn't pay you nothing. Just for a peace of mind. Just to enjoy yourself. If you are able to figure that out, that's what you pursue. Because now we live in a world where you can literally make as much money as you want to make. Doing whatever it is you want to do. So, I don't want to take too much time in everybody's day, but just to give you guys something authentic and something real, and just to let you guys continue to know of, what Ty Dwayne Starks Jr. was about. But because, one of these days I won't be here. And I just, I want it to be something for people to look back on that let everybody know what I stood for and what I would like to see happen in the world. So if it's something that you love to do, there's something that you would really do if it didn't pay you anything, and that really brings your heart joy and brings you a peace of mind, and you look forward to doing it. Like if you say to yourself, man, I could wake up excited to do this day in and day out, that's what you pursue, and you look up every single avenue in which to be able to do it for the rest of your life. Be blessed, everybody. Appreciate you guys for listening in. And it's like I said, as much as I can every day, I'm going to update videos like this to give you guys kind of an authentic picture of what I'm about. And hopefully that gives you guys a little bit more of an incentive to listen to the content that I do have. And like I said, it's not for monetary gain. I just want to more so help somebody out there that's feeling lost. Because as a wise person once told me today, there's a lot of people that are lost out here. But the worst thing about it, and the worst thing about being lost, or the worst thing a person feels when they are lost, is knowing that nobody's trying to look for them. So I'm that person. I'm looking for you. And if you are that person, holla at me. We can talk. Free of charge. Hit my messages up. Everything is free. I just want to help somebody. Be blessed.